So I'm Tim Mundorf, the Director of Soil Management here at Central Valley Ag, and with me today is Korbin Kudera, who is our Innovation Agronomist, and you're watching Agronomy Focus. So Korbin, we're here at Beaver Crossing at our innovation plots. I know you've been out here doing quite a bit of work. What are you seeing right now as far as how the crop looks, what growth stage we at?
So far, crops are looking really good. The beans are about V5, corn's about V7, kind of right in the middle of getting post-herbicide applications done and wide dropping.
Yep. So, we want to make sure our growers realize we're at a new spot this year, just north of Beaver Crossing, Nebraska, here for this plot. But we also want them thinking about our Innovation Field Days. The reason we do all this work is for those field days. So what are the locations and what are the dates of those field days coming up?
First field day we'll have this year is August 15th. That'll be just north of Beaver Crossing, Nebraska at our innovation site. And August 17th will be at our joint Winfield CVA innovation site just west of Belleville, Kansas.
Sure.
That's a new site for us also this year. Then following week on August 22nd, we have our innovation event also at the Winfield CVA joint site just north of Norfolk. And then August 24th, we'll be at our joint CVA Winfield site up by Sheldon, Iowa. And then the following week on August 29th, we'll be at our organic site by Marquette, Nebraska.
Sure. And the reason we start talking about this in June is we've done all the work. We've got a good stand out here, got a lot of different products we're trying. We want to make sure our growers are thinking about those dates, thinking about a location close to them, and thinking about coming out and seeing what we've got, seeing how the products perform and everything. So just talking about products a little bit, I know on the dry fertility side, we've got a new Micro Essentials SZ product. We've got our old Micro Essentials SZ that we've been using for a lot of years. Had a lot of successes. It's been one of our top performers in these plots for a lot of years. But Mosaic's got a new formulation they want us to try to see how that does. I know we've got a product from Verdesian, I think called Free Up, that's supposed to help free phosphorus up a little bit. So there's a couple of the products that we've got on the dry fertilizer side. We've got many more that, again, some of them are old hat for us, so we've used for a lot of years and been successful. Some are new things we're trying. What are you seeing on the in-furrows and the foliars? Any new products that you're real interested in this year?
I guess for in-furrows, we've got our CVA Elite PHP, the new formulation of that. And then we've also got we're testing out some different, like you said, with the dry fertilizer, the Free Up. We have that in-furrow along with another phosphorus solubilizing product called Nutritia P that we're testing out as well from Corteva. In the last few years, there's been an increased interest in humic and fulvic acids.
Yep.
So we've got several humic and fulvic acids from several different companies in both in-furrow and foliar to see what response we get from those products as well.
Sure. And we've got a new formulation of Ascend that came out that we're going to try this year. So just a little different formulation of really a tried and true product for us. And then you've got some different nitrogen rates out there in the corn as well. What are your three different nitrogen rates?
We've got the CVA standard nitrogen recommendation that we're using, which I believe came up to 305 pounds of nitrogen for our 300 bushel corn on corn yield goal we've got out here at Beaver Crossing. And then we also are using AdaptN, which is a nitrogen modeling program that it models nitrogen that's going to come available and what gets tied up, and gives you a recommendation. So I believe that came up to 295 pounds of total nitrogen for our yield goal out here. And then also, just to see what happens, we've got a treatment where there's no nitrogen applied at all, just to see how that compares to these higher nitrogen rates that we're traditionally applying in fields.
We expect corn on corn, 300 bushel yield goal, kind of a little bit of a drouthy environment. We certainly expect that corn to turn yellow and take a big yield hit, but we throw it out there anyway, just to show growers, different things. And sometimes those zero nitrogen application rates surprise us. So I know you got some downforce trials in the soybeans. Anything else you want to highlight?
Yeah, with that downforce trial in the soybeans, we've got So we're using Delta Force on our planter, so that's actively adjusting our down pressure on the go depending on ground contact and making sure we get a even seed depth throughout the field. But we're also comparing it to some different just standard or set down pressure rates.
Right.
So 0 down pressure, most likely that's gonna we're not gonna keep a consistent
Right.
depth and have uneven emergence.
Right.
And there's, I believe, 150 pounds of down pressure, which most likely is kind of where a lot of growers set their planters at, but you don't have you don't have the ability to adjust on the go
Right.
with that. And we also have a 350 pounds of down pressure, which in most cases is excessive, and that will result in sidewall smearing and
Yeah.
other planter issues
Right.
like that.
And it was a no-till environment. I think the grower had ripped some areas where we had some compaction, but really that's outside of our plots. So a no-till environment with basically 280 bushel-ish corn stover out there. So it's kind of a tough environment. We saw a little bit in the corn. There's some cool areas where we saw some slower growth, where there was higher amounts of trash in the field. So it's a good irrigated environment with our drought this year, but it's also going to have some challenges. Corn on corn, a lot of stover from last year. So it should be really indicative of what our growers deal with every year. So just one more time, Korbin, what are those dates and locations our growers can get on their calendars to make sure they come out here and see what we're doing?
Yep, so we'll be here in Beaver Crossing, Nebraska on August 15th. We'll be at Belleville, Kansas, August 17th. Norfolk, Nebraska, August 22nd. Sheldon, Iowa, August 24th. And at our organic research site, August 29th in Marquette, Nebraska.
We hope you as our grower customers will come out and take a look at what we're doing here in our innovation sites. We've got a lot of things to look at. We'll also have some experts in different fields we'll bring out here to talk you through some of the new things we're doing, especially along technology to help you apply some of the agronomy that we do research on to your fields. So again, get those dates on your calendar and come join us out here. I'm Tim Mundorf, Director of Soil Management here at CVA. I'm with Korbin Kudera, our innovation agronomist, and thank you for watching Agronomy Focus.